So today with a bit of a different episode of Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. If you guys have been paying attention to the channel, my uploads were relatively scarce as of last week. I was going through finals week and I was very busy, so I did miss that week's Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. So I was trying to figure out how to make up for that. A ton of great mods were released this week, but a ton of great mods were released last week also. So instead, what I'm going to do is today in this video, you're going to see all the mods I would have covered last week, and tomorrow you'll see all the mods I will cover for this week. I didn't want to make one video too long, and I didn't want to cut out any mods because a lot of them were really high quality. But if you guys do enjoy, I encourage you to comment or leave a like. It really helps with the video's rankings, and videos just perform better that way. But let's talk about now the mod I've been showing you in the background for the past minute or so. That's actually going to be called Pilgrim. More or less what this mod is a new ENB/weather mod and even some music integrated in this. The goal behind this one was to create a horror feel and really overhaul of Fallout 4, and I gotta say it does that amazingly. The main thing that's probably going to pop out at you is the visuals. Obviously, again, this is an ENB. These are some very experienced mod authors, the people behind photorealistic Commonwealth and a cinematic feel. The ENB really establishes this mod, but I feel like there's a lot of ENBs out there. Where this mod really goes to the next level is with the weather and sound effects it does integrate. The weather system this has is kind of spooky, a lot of different rains and stuff like that. It also makes the nights much darker, very similar to Darker Nights. But as the weather and time of day does change, there's actually a little bit of a kind of creepy sound that changes with it. It really adds to the atmosphere, and I think it's that sound or those sounds that are added in that really set this mod to the next level if you want your game to feel like this. I personally really like it, and if you use it with some of the other recommended mods like I am here, it really gives the Commonwealth a totally different look and feel, and something that I think is unprecedented.
Brock, say a few words.
Okay, but just as few as I possibly can.
Then we do have the Assault Carbine. This is one I personally been waiting for quite a while, and I know a lot of you guys have also. What this mod is going to add in is the service rifle from previous Fallout games, as well as the Assault Carbine from previous Fallout games. These two guns are interconnected in the sense that you could change around the different attachments to really get either of the two, since they are so similar. This gun does have a lot of variety in the different options you do have, and one of the areas it really does shine is in different paint jobs. There are so many different custom variants of this out in the Commonwealth that you can stumble upon, find on different enemies, as well as even some unique ones like the All-American that I'm sure we're all used to using in Fallout New Vegas. This gun is extremely well polished, featuring custom sounds, different sounds for different caliber types, and again, having all those different attachments and really being able to transform this gun from one to really a totally different option, whether it be from kind of a close range SMG to a larger range DMR, is quite nice and definitely a great feature to have. I'm sure a ton of you guys have downloaded this and been playing with it already, but if you haven't, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. So we have a mod I've been anticipated for a very long time, and that's going to be unique NPCs. The best way to show you what this mod does is, well, to actually show you. If you look right now, this is vanilla Fallout 4. You've seen these legendary raiders before. I killed them in my videos, and even in your own playthrough, you've probably seen a ton of these guys. Well, now check out them with unique NPCs. As you can see, there's a pretty noticeable difference. That's what this mod is going to do. There are mods that change some of the level disintegration, but at the end of the day, that's kind of a band-aid on something that needs stitches. Fallout 4 has a fundamental problem where so many NPCs look so similar. Well, this mod is going to change the way the NPCs look under all their armor and weapons, and it really makes a huge difference. They have different faces, different hair, different body sizes and structure. Some of them will be fatter and some of them will be more muscular, but maybe a bit taller also. This affects pretty much all of those repetitive NPCs that you will see, ranging from synths to different settlers to even, again, the Minutemen and Raiders. It really makes a huge difference to the game. It makes it feel a lot more alive. You're not not running into the same thing or same enemy consistently. Now there is again a ton of variety in the world. And even beyond that, a nice feature this does add is it actually has integration for a number of other mods, adding in things to change around the level list. All around, this is something that's very polished. A ton of work has gone into this, and it's very clear when you actually experience this in game. And for me at least, this is going to be one of those mods that has a permanent spot in my load order, and I'm definitely going to be using for a long time.
So all I can say is keep some sunshine on your face.
So we do have the Cyberlight Apartment. So this is another mod that I've been waiting for a very long time. Basically, what this is going to add in is 2 new apartments that you can buy for 6,000 caps each. The 2 apartments have a similar feel. I think one is a bit more kind of old school classy, while the other one is meant to be a bit more modern. But regardless of whichever apartment you do prefer, I think what this mod really does is create a totally different player home experience than almost any other mod out right now. So many of the different player home mods we do have available are kind of holes in the wall, something that looks like a bomb shelter or just thrown together. It never really feels like you're someone that's kind of achieved in the Commonwealth that spends his hard-earned caps on something that's pretty nice. Well, this mod is finally giving that to us. In addition, it has a ton of really cool features like doors auto closing, a day-night cycle that'll appear through the windows, and a ton of custom textures and assets created just for these apartments. It really is just on a whole nother level, and it's going to be totally different than a lot of the other options. Even some of these smaller features like this not appearing in one of the major cities, because the major cities have tons of frame rate issues on a fundamental level in Fallout 4. This one might not be for everyone because some people really do like the hole in the wall feel, but I think this is definitely going to have an appropriate audience, and especially for people that like either to roleplay or just take a slower pace with the game, this is definitely going to be. Then we do have Extreme Particle Overhaul. What this is going to do is overhaul the particle effects that do appear from different weapons, explosions, and just various different violent things in Fallout. What this is going to do to those is actually make them be a bit more over the top. As the mod author himself does describe, it kind of gives it a 90s movie feel. When you're shooting now, it's going to feel like you are a bit more powerful because there's just a lot more coming out of your gun outside of just the bullet. I think this is going to be very polarizing. You're either going to really like this right off the bat or not like it all that much. Personally, I really like it because it's different. If you played Fallout as much as me, recorded so many different weapon mods and armor mods and all that, you definitely got bored of the particle effects that are in the game right now. This is a relatively minor change, just changing the particle effects with some of the different weapons in the game, but you're going to see it a lot as you do start playing through Fallout 4. I personally, again, think they look really nice. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. As always, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure to tune in tomorrow where I do have another episode of Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. As I did say in the intro, doing things a little bit differently. It won't be 2 episodes in a row probably ever again, but I didn't want to ignore all these great mods I did show you in this episode because again, they are a lot of really great mods that I think you guys should download if you haven't already. As always, again, I thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time.